It's the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Thursday, the 31st of October. It's Halloween. Alabama's weather featuring some rain for parts of the state for a change. Wow. Question is, can it rain in Birmingham before midnight tonight to get the zeros off the board for the month? We'll see. It's going to be a close call. A lot to talk about today. Let's dive in. Here's the upper air look. And the big trough that's been over the western states beginning to dampen out and lift northeast up toward the Great Lakes. The main dynamic support will pass far north of Alabama, but still it's going to drag a front in our direction. Visible satellite view showing a mostly cloudy sky for the northwestern part of the state, and underneath those clouds, look at that. We've got rain pushing into the northwestern corner at mid-afternoon around Waterloo. Rain should begin soon in the shoals, and that rain area will slowly drift to the south and east. And like we talked about for days with this, the most meaningful rain will be north of Interstate 59, especially the northwestern quarter of the state. Pretty warm today. Many spots are in the low and mid-80s. Look at those numbers. Birmingham 83, Huntsville 82, 84 for Montgomery and Mobile. We'll check the watch warning map. Things pretty quiet, but we do note some winter weather advisories for parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin because of snow potential. Also a few scattered winter weather advisories up in the northwest. There is a very low-end marginal risk of severe storms along the front through the evening hours from eastern Texas up through parts of the Mississippi Delta into Middle Tennessee, southern Kentucky. Again, that's a very low-end threat. Tomorrow, a marginal risk over parts of West Texas and eastern New Mexico. And on day 3, which is Saturday, got a risk of severe storms over about the western half of Texas up into parts of the southern and western high plains. Rain for the next 7 days. And again, the really good numbers, northwest Alabama. This is suggesting Muscle Shoals could be over 1.5 inches over the next 7 days. Maybe 1 inch down to Hamilton. Birmingham, 0.4 of an inch. South and east of Birmingham, not much at all. And the new drought monitor was released this morning. This product is out once a week. They released this on Thursday morning. And as expected, the drought conditions continue to intensify across the state. It's kind of a no-brainer. The darker orange on that map, that's a D2 severe drought. Parts of the Tennessee Valley, parts of southwest Alabama. The rest of the state generally in a moderate drought. So needless to say, any rain we get will be welcome. Well, look at here. In the tropics, all of a sudden on the 2-day outlook, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 yellow X's on the board. Got one up there in the North Atlantic. Obviously not concerned about that. We have one that's near Puerto Rico and one that's over the far southwest Caribbean. And this is the 7-day outlook. And again, the North Atlantic system, not going to be concerned about that. A little feature near Puerto Rico with a low chance of that developing. Of course, the one that we'll be watching with a bit more interest is the one that's in the Caribbean. And let me drop in the latest graphic on that one. The Hurricane Center is giving this now a 60% chance of becoming either a depression or a storm over the next 7 days, kind of drifting towards the north-northwest. This is the probabilistic outlook coming from the European Global Ensemble. And numbers coming up a little bit. You can see it's up in the 30 and 40% range. This is the probability of tropical storm formation, not depression, but tropical storm formation up toward the Yucatan Channel. And it's the same concept here that the models, develop a weak tropical type low in that region, and it just meanders with little upper air winds to move it anywhere. And really, they don't do much with it. And again, obviously, it's something to watch. We're just not overly concerned at this point. But having said that, let's take a look at the new GFS, Global Forecast System, Model Fans. This is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 4. And the trough that was over the western states is lifted up into Canada and weakening. We still have a ridge here. And obviously, that's not going to support any big push of cool air or some type of air mass change. And the front will stall out and fizzle out. This is the GFS, but let's go to the high-resolution HER. This is valid tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock Central Time. And you can see evidence of a few scattered showers through parts of north and central and southwest Alabama, right in advance of that surface boundary where there's some convergence. And again, we're not expecting anything too heavy, not expecting anything too widespread, but certainly a chance of showers tomorrow as the front stalls out and slowly dissipates. Otherwise, a mix of sun and clouds with highs in the upper 70s in most spots tomorrow. So this is Saturday, and again, the front's dissipated, the ridge stays in place. We are warm and dry with low 80s. And the same thing on Sunday, warm and dry. Although there's evidence, maybe a shower over the northeastern corner of the state. For now, we're leaving the forecast dry. So let's take a look at next week. This is Monday. Got a new storm out across the heartland, under 1,000 millibars over Kansas. Rain and storms off to the west. Snow for parts of Colorado and Nebraska. That's a sign of the times. But again, for Alabama, mostly dry. Maybe an isolated shower across the southwestern corner of the state. And then this is the middle of next week. That front tries to get in here, and it just, again, fizzles out. There could be a few showers toward the middle of next week here, but probably not that many. That's Wednesday. And then a week from today, this is Thursday, the 7th of November. Get a pretty good trough off to the west and more showers and storms off to the west, but we're still dry. And we note, in fact, I'll take my box off, is a little weak tropical low that develops. This is not the one that's in the Caribbean. This is that feature that would be near Puerto Rico, a little weak tropical low that's east of Daytona Beach. And again, that would be moving out. But again, all of the development with the models with these tropical features, very weak, ill-defined, no evidence of any big high-impact problem for the Gulf Coast. But as always, we'll still watch it. Hurricane season runs through the end of November. Let's keep going. This is out 10 days. This is Sunday, November the 10th. Pretty good upper low that's east of Detroit. And underneath that, we're still dry. But having said that, I mean, look at the output from the European ensemble. The mean keeps increasing, which is a good sign for better rain chances over the next 10 to 15 days. The mean is approaching 2 inches. This is for Birmingham. And that would be a good start to helping to knock out the drought. Temperatures from the National Blend of Models, 78 tomorrow, low 80s for the weekend. Highs around 80 for the first half of next week, and then we're seeing temperatures dropping off a good bit with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s by the weekend of November 9th and November 10th. However, the latest long-range guidance just in, November 8th through November 14th, showing a lot of orange on that map, meaning temperatures a little above average here, if this works out. All right, time to roll that Children's of Alabama kid cam. Had some homeschoolers today. Love it. Love it when the moms are in there, dads. Well, this is the Grace and Truth Homeschool Co-op in Mentone. Oh, yes, we had a good time today, and I like that cake. Wow, that is just a piece of art. Got the tornado going over there, got the Halloween theme. Wow, outstanding. Some very well-dressed students once again. But they were great. We talked about science, the science of weather, forecasting, convection, thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, did some storm spotting. They were absolutely great today. So again, to all these homeschoolers in Mentone, thanks a lot for a great visit earlier today. And let me tell you what, being in Mentone at the end of October is just too good. This is some of the dash cam video coming off the mountain, coming down from the talk today. And if you've never been up to Lookout Mountain, in fact, I drove through DeSoto State Park going to the program today and then came down Highway 117 right there. But, boy, the colors are at their peak. Just a tremendous, tremendous drive. So hopefully you'll get a chance over the next few days this weekend maybe to go out and soak in some of these fall colors. Now, this is the northeast corner of the state, of course, up in the mountains. For most of the state, the fall colors typically peak the first 10 days of November. But we are just about there, and goodness gracious, that's an amazing place. It was so good to have a chance to soak in the scenery up in northeast Alabama today. That was outstanding. So tomorrow going to be at Sycamore Elementary School over in Talladega County, and then tomorrow evening for Friday night rivals, the game of the week is Chelsea at Oak Mountain. That game will be played at Herdmont, the stadium there. And I'll be live on ABC 3340 at 4, 5, and 6. Then on Blitz Game Day on Channel 68. That's our sister station at 6:30. The game itself on Channel 68 at 7 tomorrow night. And then Saturday, it's a book signing. Hey, I like it. We're back on the road. We're going to be in Trustful this Saturday at the Three-Eared Rabbit from 10 until 1. And if you've never been to one of these, you really got to go. They're outstanding. We have all the cool weather shirts from Crest Publishers. Some of that stuff's pretty funny. It's good. And, of course, our children's books, they're great. The Benny and Chipper series, Prepared Not Scared, The Wonder of Thunder. We've got All You Can Do Is Pray. That's our book about the generational tornado outbreak of April 27, 2011. Weathering Life, My Story, and a lot more. So come see us, the Three-Eared Rabbit, Main Street in Trussville, right there on US 11, Saturday from 10 until 1. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on TV this evening, right across the hall in Studio A, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.